So there I was minding my black business in Saitama, Japan. If you don't know where Saitama is, well, look it up. Pull up a map. You're more than welcome to. It's really easy. So there I am in Saitama, and I see a Japanese man come up to me. He said, "Oh, it's a black," and he called me the N-word. I said, "Oh, yeah, hey, what's up?" He said, and he just kept repeating it and trying to dap me up. And I just started dapping him up too. And he said, "Yeah, you're good. Chris Rock." And he walked away, and I said, "Cool." Now, this is very uncommon, mostly in Japanese culture. They barely make eye contact. They look down when you look them in the eyes to avoid eye contact, as looking someone in the eyes is a sign of disrespect in Japanese culture. Didn't know that. I kept looking people dead in the eyes the entire time I was there. I kept looking at them, big pupils dilated, making sure I could see them in their bifocals. That's what I'm trying to do. But this happened to me, and I thought to myself, does he not know about American? Why would he know about American history? I don't know about Japanese history. I don't know about Chinese history. I barely know about Russian history. Why would he know about American history? So I keep going. Bada bing, bada boom. Another person does it. One dude asks to touch my hair. And I begin to understand the world doesn't really care for a lot of the plot of a lot of things. They don't care about the background history behind things, and that's fair. But that's not the main premise of the video that I'm trying to make today. What I want to talk about is that if you see something that is brain rot garbage, right? If you see a show like Minions and its subsidiaries Despicable Me sucks. I love the movie. I like putting it on as background noise. Same with Family Guy or something of that variety. And I don't care about the plot or details about any of that because it's gobbledygook. And neither does the world. If you see a show that has really good animation, Demon Slayer, for example, it has very simplistic plot. It has very simple narratives, but it relates to a bunch of people. If you hear very simple music, say Suicide Boys. I love Suicide Boys. I love Juice WRLD, but the music doesn't have a lot of depth. It just is really goodly mixed and mastered, and he has a very nice voice. And if you listen to another song, let's say something by J.I.D. or Kendrick Lamar, some underground, and you may say, the wordplay is better. This is amazing. This is so much more unique. You're 100% correct. It is unique, but it doesn't hit the entire world because you got to get the world audience when you want to get known in this world. That's how it operates. You can make your niche little micro thing. You can talk about the video games no one cares about. This is a video game on PS2 called Nightshade. It's a lot like Shinobi, but it has a woman as the protagonist. Cool. I love Nightshade. And you can make a 2-hour video about it, and you could really love that little niche, and you may get about 20,000 people, but your editing skills are being wasted on this, right? You could talk about something big. Talk about the lore of Fortnite. Talk about Poppy Playtime. I don't know the lore of Poppy Playtime, by the way. I've been guessing it the entire time. But this is how the world operates. It doesn't care about the plot, and it never will. As a matter of fact, if you tell one of your friends a deep, interpersonal, sacred, esoteric, deep, interesting issue about yourself that you feel is unique to them, they may, not out of selfishness in any capacity, tell you a snippet about their life to make themselves seem more relatable to you. They might say, well, let me tell you something. I also understand what you're going through. And you may believe that they are caring for the plot, but also they're trying to get their story interjected to feel like they matter within your life so you can also understand and empathize with them, because not only does misery love company, sympathy, love, joy as well, and joy company. See, love is the only currency that you can get more of by giving more of it away. It's the only currency that functions in reverse. And that is a beautiful thing. So we often try to empathize and relate to other people. And you have to understand the world at large loves the fact of seeing something deep and narratively interesting, but it has to hook them first. It has to get them there. If you ask people to explain how certain domains work in JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, you're barely going to get a cohesive answer. You're not. If you ask somebody to explain the intricacies of a power system, if you ask somebody to explain time travel in Marvel movies, they really don't care at all. They know time travel is happening and the stakes are high and this is cool and big power. Grr. They don't care about power scaling or power levels. They don't care about any of that. They don't care about why somebody is offended by what you say, because the main goal of a lot of people, and this is very easy, is to be entertained. And you may see somebody with a big platform like Speed or Kai Cenat or Mr. Beast, and you may say, why are they talking about social issues? And you every day post about social issues, post a black square in your bio, post all this stuff, everything, all this nonsense. And you may be saying to yourself, why does nobody that's big care about this stuff? Well, that's because they're there to entertain. And you see somebody deeply care about this stuff, somebody deeply go out of their way to care about it, and they're ridiculed for caring too much or being too radical or too extreme because maybe that's all they talk about. Maybe they notice that people like this the most. And they realize they've cultivated the audience about radicalists or extremists or people that are too far gone or people that just want violence and blood in the streets. And that's fine too. But you got to really grasp that the average person, the regular Joe Schmo, a guy like me, will never care about the deep intricacies, the smaller minutia of it. And if you do, and I mean this because I know someone's going to comment, if you care about the smaller parts of the lore, if you care about the little bits and pieces, you are in the minority. And you have to accept that. You have to understand that you, despite the fact that you may not want to be, are special. And that's okay. You are within a small group of people that deeply value and care about the smaller parts of existence and living and the important factors of it. You care about it. And that's so important. That's so important as an individual that lives and breathes and functions in this world to care about why your parents were actually abusive and maybe understanding that they didn't know how to be parents. And that's important. And other people may diagnose themselves and say they have BPD, and then they may not actually get the help to deal with their BPD or bipolar, borderline, whatever it may be, or maybe even learn how to function and gain social cues when they realize they have slight autism or something of that variety. They just may say, I have autism, so it's difficult and I can't fix that forever. But this is the beautiful thing about it. There's you who, despite everything, does care about the plot. You are against the world. You are against it. And that's good. Because the world deeply, and I mean this with my whole chest, the universe, all the factors within it, the trees even, the water, the tree will crush you. A tsunami will drown you. A hurricane will annihilate you. A building will collapse upon you. The world materials, the world in itself, the universe may strike you down with lightning. A meteor may crash on your house. They don't care. The world will never care. The energies that be do not care. So you have to care about yourself. You have to. And the world won't care about the plot. They won't care about the deep reasons why you can't make it to work. They won't care about why your tire pops. They won't care about why you're sad in an argument. They won't care because that's the world against you. You have to care about yourself. You have to be a big part of why you care about yourself because that is very important. And it sucks. It's going to suck for a while. You ain't mugging through the dirt, chewing on glass for a while, dude. For a long, long time. But guess what? That's life. And the world doesn't care about the plot. It doesn't care about why Japanese people say the N-word. It doesn't care why you care that black people are getting defeated and destroyed. It doesn't care about you white young men that are getting framed as the enemy. It doesn't care about women getting attacked at night. The world doesn't care. So you have to, as a person, find your group, as your community, find your coalition, and learn to care about yourselves. And it sucks. Reminds me something important that I'll probably make a video on about later. I remember when I became my own boss and started doing this stuff full time. I discovered that as my own boss, I am a shit employee. I'm horrible. I'm a bad employee, dude. So I had to put a hyper challenge upon myself to make a video every day, to make something every day. I make 5 videos every day. Every single day. I work out. I eat right. I make sure I wake up eating breakfast every morning. Oatmeal, banana, doesn't matter what it is. Make sure I eat it because it's very important now. Put peanut butter on a banana and get my day going, or an apple or something. I've never drank. I never smoked. These are challenges I put upon myself. Never had the interest to do so because I'm in this body, and it isn't about being the strongest or the fastest or the best. It's about seeing what I can do with my own willpower. I have to care about myself because the world does not care about the plot at all.
So I'm your Nick at night, be my Laura Angelo. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.